At Unilever, we have a clear purpose: to make sustainable living commonplace, and we have an ambitious plan to make this happen. Our Unilever Sustainable Living Plan. It's our shining light in uncertain times. It creates growth opportunities for our brands while protecting the planet for future generations. In the 5 years since we launched our USLP, the world has changed beyond our expectations. There is now a to-do list for the planet. The global goals. A 17-point plan to end poverty, fix inequality, and stop climate change. This plan is backed by leading businesses, organisations, governments, and society. We all have to work together and take collective action to find new ways of doing business that will make the goals a reality. For Unilever, this isn't the start of a new journey. Our USLP is already progressing the goals. Sustainability is embedded through our brands, every market, and throughout our value chain. Our USLP is at the heart of our business model and guides everything we do. We are on track with over 80% of our USLP targets. So let's take a look at some of our highlights last year in Australia and New Zealand. We have a big target to empower 5 million women and create a gender-balanced organisation by 2020.
Through the Diversity and Inclusion Working Group, we launched a mentoring program last year where we paired over 100 employees. This is all about achieving our goal of 50-50 gender balance by 2020.
Since the launch of the Dove Self-Esteem program, we've reached over 19 million young people globally and over 500,000 young people in Australia. This is through the rollout of the program in classrooms and through all of your amazing support and participation at Dove Day.
Last year, Australia joined 600 Unilever sites globally in achieving zero waste to landfill. Through our strategy to reduce, reuse, recycle and recover, we're continuing to work across our value chain to eliminate waste. Employees at our Tatura factory have been upcycling packaging materials into new items, such as toys for disadvantaged children, furniture, and wooden Christmas trees for our festive celebrations. And we're working with our customers to reduce waste. Our Red Group partnership means Coles and Woolies shoppers can easily recycle soft plastics, such as Streets ice cream wrappers and Continental packs. In 2015, this helped divert 1,262 kilograms of waste away from landfill. Our brands have also been lightweighting and improving pack design. Our new Sunsilk bottles use less plastic than our previous bottles and create less waste. Our redesigned Lipton iced tea bottles are also part of our strategy to use resources more efficiently, helping us to save money and reduce waste.
One of the ways that we achieved zero waste to landfill was by implementing a 5-bin waste stream across all of our offices in Australia, and by introducing an employee recycling program which is here to teach us all how to put the right thing in the right bin. We kicked this off last year and followed it up with a campaign called Love Your Planet on Valentine's Day. The best bit about this was that it was owned by our very own people, our Bright Future champions.
Climate change is one of the biggest issues we face as a business and as a community. Year on year, we continue to make progress in Australia and New Zealand. And in actual fact, since our 2008 baseline, we've actually achieved a 31% reduction in our CO2 emissions from our factories. We are also part of a growing voice of the business community, working across industry and society to raise the issue of climate change. In November 2015, we set a bold new target to become carbon positive by 2030 and sourcing 100% of our energy from renewable sources. This is going to make a huge contribution to global goal number 13 on climate action.
Throughout 2015, we worked with leading businesses, government and NGOs to drive collective action on climate change in Australia. Our brands, such as Ben & Jerry's, are helping inspire a consumer movement behind this agenda, marching for climate justice in cities around the world. Partnerships are helping us drive sustainable growth and achieve progress against the USLP in 2015.
Every 2 minutes, a child dies through lack of access to a clean toilet, and through Domestos and UNICEF's partnership globally, we're committed to changing that. Even better, we should be proud that in 2015, locally here in Australia, we activated a campaign that drove awareness of the sanitation crisis, sold 1.4 million bottles of Domestos, and in turn provided access to clean, safe toilets for 170,000 people. Through doing this, we've also restored growth to the Domestos brand for the first time in 6 years.
We've helped support Food Bank's efforts to fight hunger in Australia by providing over 267,000 meals to people in need. In partnership with WWF, we have created educational materials for primary schools on the importance of a sustainable palm oil industry to protect the environment, wildlife, and local communities. Together, we're working hard to drive sustainable growth in Australia and New Zealand. Through collective action, we can make a bright future a reality.